السلام عليكم، انا عزيز. عندي سؤال حكي مني اليوم. من يبي يمشي مع عزيز؟ اليوم يا جماعه عندنا سلسله جديده واللي هي اسمها اتصالات المصارعين، وبنحاول في السلسله نتصل في المصارعين. لكن قبل ما نبدا المقطع اتمنى منكم تتابعون المقطع كامل وتدعمون هالمقطع، لان اذا راح نستمر على السلسله راح تاخذ وايد وقت مني ووايد جهد مني، لانه صعب انك تتصل في مصارع وتسولف معاه وكذي. فاتمنى تتابعون المقطع كله، وفي نهايه المقطع في سؤال بسألكم اياه وابيكم تجاوبون عليه عشان اعرف اذا راح اواصل على السلسله ذي ولا لا. وبس بدون ما نطول عليكم، نخليكم مع اول جزء.
Hello, Rick. Hello, Hassan. It's a pleasure being here. What do you think about the possible team of FTR with Jim Cornette?
Uh, what do I think about it?
Yeah.
I think it'd be great for them to have a manager like that. But I'm watching how they're telling stories, and I can see Jimmy Cornette will be great with them. But I was telling him earlier, Jimmy has got off into his podcast.
Yeah.
And everything like that right there. And it's not him. It's just him trying to get his ratings on his podcast. God, he's got a lot of heat with people. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right. That's Jimmy. And if people would understand that, that's Jimmy. I was telling him earlier that, there's nothing Jimmy Cornette can do to make me not love him. You understand me? I mean, because he gets a lot of heat with a lot of people, but sometimes it's not because he don't like you; it's because of ratings. But as I'm watching AEW, and that's the reason I like their shows is storytelling.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should say much, but I can see them, and then in the background I see Tully Blanchard. In the background, I see Arn Anderson. I might even see the Rock and Roll Express showing up in the future. Don't know, but you see, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
And the opportunities come, man. I mean, it's a great thing you mentioned there.
So my second question: you started a petition on Instagram to induct the Midnight Express to the WWE Hall of Fame in 2021. So why do you think the Midnight Express hasn't been inducted yet to the WWE Hall of Fame?
Why do I think? Really, buddy, it might be. You're putting me on fire. You're throwing the gasoline on me, aren't you? Jimmy, I guess Jimmy burned a lot of bridges.
Yeah.
But I don't think, and I wish they were, because there's not another tag team in the world that deserves it more than the Midnight Express. I mean, not just two of them, all three of them. That's Dennis, Bobby, and Stan with Jimmy Cornette. They are like us, and I was telling the gentleman earlier that we made history in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Not only us by ourselves, but we made tag team history with the Midnight Express. And that's why. But you know what, dude? It's like Jimmy Cornette said before he'd be back on WWE, hell would freeze over. But when he inducted us to the Hall of Fame, hell sure didn't freeze over. So it's no telling. In our business, you never know what's going to happen this day or to the next day, because people are trying to get those ratings and get things up, and and things that really make sense, they skip over it. But the things that make sense in our business, in the professional wrestling business, especially, is Midnight Express deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Hey, it was the greatest thing besides winning the world titles for the first time and being away from the business for a long time, and they called me and asked us about being inducted to the Hall of Fame. Well, I'm gonna say no. Hey, the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life, besides my children being born, and I couldn't believe how they treated us. I mean, I've never been pampered or had to so much in my life, and not only that, the boys, Vince and Hunter and Stephanie, Linda McMahon. I mean, they treated us like we were really somebody. And see, that things that you don't forget in this business. I always liked Linda McMahon. I always got along with her, even back in the day. She was always my friend. And and then it gets to a part of Vince. It's not Vince that don't like you. It's just that he's got 1,000 people a day trying to get in with him. You understand me?
Yeah.
And he knows that. He can read between the lines. He knows what you're trying to do. So when I'm around him, I say, "Hi, Vince," and I just walk off because I'm not there to ask you for nothing. And Vince he's got that, and Hunter, he's just busier than hell. He's got 10 shows to run. So, but I want to say that I want to thank WWE because, guys, unless you was with us, you could not even imagine, not only me, but my children, my grandchildren, they sent us all to Orlando to watch me get inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. And everything was first class. I mean, flying on the airplanes and my room at the big place, but me and my wife's room had 3 bedrooms in it, in this big place. So I mean, they didn't stick you in the Motel 6. It was really good. You understand me? Had a great time.
This question comes from a great friend of mine, Iyad. When was the first time you heard the phrase "sell like Ricky Morton"? And do you remember who coined the term at first? And how was your feeling hearing it?
Aziz,
somebody told me that Vince McMahon said it. It is one of his meetings. It was back. He says that he told somebody, said, "When you learn how to sell like Ricky Morton, and then you can draw me money. Go watch tapes of him." And I popped. But
Wow.
Vince McMahon told somebody that, and it caught on around, around the world. But it's great. Especially when you work with Arn Anderson and Ole Anderson and Ole, Ole was the most grouchiest guy in the world, but I loved him. You hear me? So mean.
اوكي يا جماعة، اخر شيء دورت في الانترنت وطلعت رقم رومان رينز. حلو. مثل ما تشوفون قدامنا هاي الرقم، طبعا بغطيه بس عشان ما تيني قضية ان ترى عزيز شو مسوي، شو اللي قاعد يصير، ليش ناشر رقمه وكذي. بس بجرب اتصل فيس تايم. طبعا انا ضد هاي الشيء، بس بجرب اذا هو ولا لا، بتاكد الرقم ولا لا نفسه. زين، يلا خلينا نجرب. خطوه هيك خطوه هيك خطوه هيك خطوه هيك عشان ما بيبين رد علي. حلف بوكي ما رد. بس ما عليه ان شاء الله المره الجايه بتفق على الموضوع وبنسويه عدل. فخبروني تحت بالكومنتس من المصارع اللي تبونه في الحلقه الجايه. وبس كان معكم عزيز، نشوفكم. السلامه.